It's a relief to have somebody to tell about all this. What do you need to know? Start from the beginning? Let's pace ourselves a bit. Start at the beginning. What happened the day you started hiding in your room? Well, it started when Wilma headed off for her ballet recital. I'd rather be shaved by a blonde yak than watch that stuff, so I decided to go out on the town. Before I could do that, let me guess, suddenly a hole appeared in the wall with a loud bang. Actually, no, the hole had been there for a week already. She said it was for a skylight she was putting in. I was drinking some water and accidentally spilled some. Normally, I just wait for her to get home to clean it up, but after I kept slipping on the puddle while I got ready, I finally decided to mop it up myself. And it took me an hour to find the closet with the cleaning supplies because, you know, not like I ever use them. But when I opened it, I saw... what? Cleaning supplies? Well, yes, but I also saw him! Her victim. The victim? What victim? What makes you say victim? What else do you call something or someone who's been kidnapped, tied up, and stuck in the closet? Wait, back up. You're saying you found someone tied up in one of your closets? Yeah, that's what I just said. Pay attention. But not just someone. A strange, freakish creature like nothing I'd seen before. Hey, I represent that remark. Huh? I mean, it was a weird, small, four-legged cat, right? What? No, nothing like that. What part I've never seen before didn't make sense to you? God, I'm amazed my wife hired you. Okay, so what was it if not a cat? He was pink, I guess? No fur at all, except on his head and chin. Still on two legs, but a lot taller than me. Had the weirdest face I've ever seen. Yes, I'm the title holder no longer! The creature. So you found the creature tied up in your broom closet. How do you know your wife was the one who tied them up? Because he told me when I took the gag off? Wait, he was gagged? He could speak? That's usually why you gag someone. Yes. He begged me to help him. Said he had been trapped in there for at least a few days. I guess around the time the hole appeared, did he say how he got there? Well, yes and no. Said he appeared in the apartment somehow? Which didn't make any sense. And when I asked him to explain, his explanation made less sense. When I asked how he got in the closet, he was very clear there. It was my wife. My perfidious partner. My suspicious squeeze. My... Mr. G, focus. How did she manage to overpower him? He said that when he first appeared, my wife was there in the apartment. Apparently she reassured him, explained some things, made him some tea to calm him down. The tea tasted strange, and he fell asleep, only to wake up in the closet, gagged and bound. I knew her tea was bad, but I had no idea it was that bad. The journal. I said that you were able to tell your wife was an evil kidnapper cultist from her journal? Well, sort of. Also her day planner, you see. And her to-do list. She calls it her manifestation diary. I get the picture. So wait, you read this thing and somehow between her grocery list, her 5-year plan, and dream diary, you got mad hostage-taking cultist out of it? I mean, it wasn't difficult. She put down cultist meaning in her day planner. Huh. Not the smartest cultist I've ever heard of. You sure she didn't write client meeting in really bad handwriting? No, that ends up looking like diet meeting. Let me tell you, the day I asked how the diet meetings were going was not a good day for me. More about the creature? What else did the creature say to you other than, help me, get me out of here? I mean, there was a lot of that. A lot. Of course, there was when he told me about what my wife did. Everything else he said was weird. Right, he said something earlier about his explanation of appearing was weird and made no sense. What did he actually say? Honestly, I didn't understand a word of it. Something about orbity, blorbity, electrons and moron particles and spinning quintet numbers. That sounds less like an explanation, more like me when I'm drunk. Did this creature have a name? He did! What was it again? Humdinger? Shoedicker? Let me think. Oh, Schrodinger! That's it, heck of a name. I feel for the guy. My last name's Gesundheit. Didn't sneeze. See what I mean? Anyway, poor guy seemed kind of freaked out. Though, more about the closet thing than anything else, weirdly enough. Yes, because everything else seems so run-of-the-mill. Did you say anything else strange? Well, now you mention it, he did keep asking about his cats? What happened next? Creature in a closet claiming your wife drugged him and tied him up. I imagine you had some reaction to that? Well, my first reaction was to try and find something to drink. Oh, that was kind water for the prisoner? No, whiskey for me. Then while I was chugging, he started begging me to keep something safe for him, to make sure my wife didn't get it. Being that, how big he was, how weak he was after being trapped in there, I figured I needed help, so I went to E, my neighbor, to ask for help. And did they? Well, see, that's the thing. When we got back, the poor thing was gone. Just vanished out of the closet entirely, no trace of him. Could he just have escaped after you untied him and left the apartment by himself? You did untie him, right? Knew I forgot something. So if he's still tied up, someone must have moved him. Whether your wife or someone else. By the way, my wife had something to do with it. After we found the closet empty, I read her journal and... well, yeah, that was when I locked myself in. Wife's suspicious. Water break. So you didn't suspect your wife of being a cultist or kidnapper before any of this? Nope. Only suspected her of having bad taste in entertainment. I mean, ballet. Really? All froofy jumping and pointy hooves. So you're saying that, oh, the giant hole that appeared in the living room didn't maybe clue you in on that something was up? Figured she was just on one of her redecorating kicks again. Trust me, busting a giant hole in the wall is not the weirdest thing she's ever done. Okay, so you didn't suspect her. But wouldn't she suspect you for being onto her? I mean, if she was holding this guy hostage, surely it would have occurred to her that the reason you freaked out and hid from her was because you found him? I don't think you realize how rarely I do any cleaning. I think that was the first time I'd ever opened the broom cupboard. She probably figured her secret was safe in there forever. Well, hopefully this has inspired you to do more cleaning around the house. Ew, no! I'll just live in filth, thanks. A thing to keep safe. Creature mentioned keeping something safe from your wife? Yes, he seemed really agitated about it, so I took it with me when I went to go find help. And where is it now? I left it with E, my neighbor. I trust them, and they seem like they knew how to keep it safe. Who would this neighbor be, and where can I find them? I said I trust them. Doesn't mean I trust you. Wait, wasn't the whole song and dance about getting you out of the bedroom about whether you could trust me? Anyway, I'm sure it's still safe and sound with them. Haven't talked to them since I started hiding, mind you, but they're good about this sort of thing. Still don't know what the big song and dance is about, though. You'd think that guy would have more things to worry about than some old collar. Wait. Collar? Creature had a collar on him? Sure did. Talked about it all the time, but couldn't make head or tail of what he was saying. Mentioned something about looking for some other collars, too. Let me read the journal. Can I take a look at your wife's journal? I'd love to see what was so suspicious in there. Plus, there might be a hint as to where she took this guy. Over there. Feel yourself for the horrors and the evil within. You haven't seen my journal? Trust me. My mind is very, very steeled. Hold that thought. I need to check something. I've been stuck in one place for a month. I think I can handle 5 minutes. My diary, please keep out. That means you, Ed.
Let's see what's in here.
First entry. Today's schedule. 7 a.m. Get up and make breakfast. 8 a.m. Clean Ed's mess. Noon. Finish cleaning Ed's mess in time for lunch. 1 p.m. Grocery shopping. 2 p.m. for appointment.
Gotta say, this isn't sounding particularly incriminating about her being a cultist.
3 p.m. Pick up dry cleaning. 4 p.m. pick up Jay for cult meeting. 5 p.m. cult meeting. 6 p.m. make dinner.
See, nothing at all out of the ordinary. Oh, right.
Second entry. Shopping list: eggs, bread, milk, grass for Ed, ethically sourced meat for me, unethically sourced meat as a treat, tea, sugar, sleeping powder, colorless, tasteless, rope, blindfold, gag, heat for later fun with Ed, cleaning detergent, incense, knife, new cloak, black. Sandwiches for tomorrow's cult meeting. Reminder, Jay dislikes mustard and M hates mayo. Cupcakes for tomorrow's cult meeting.
Wow, this is some dark, evil stuff. I mean, she went and got store-bought cupcakes for her secret cult meeting instead of home-baked. That woman's a monster.
Third entry. My personal goals and manifestations.
Wow. She even used glitter pens on that last word.
1. Finding happiness in my comfortable home. 2. Tell Ed to clean his own mess for once. 3. Earn enough money to afford ballet lessons. 4. Twist the laws of reality and morality to serve the members of our cult of greatness and to enrich us with wealth and power beyond our wildest dreams. 5. Spend more time in the great outdoors. 6. Take up knitting. 4th entry. Dear Diary, exciting day today. I was cleaning up yet another one of Ed's messes when, wouldn't you know it, some strange guy suddenly appeared out of a hole in my living room. I know, I can't believe it either. Aren't I the luckiest? He said he was looking for some cats and their collars. Apparently they have some sort of power. Naturally, I did what any smart lady does in a situation. Drugged him, tied him up, and stuck him in my closet. I'm a genius. Ugh. After all, he might be exactly what our cozy little cult has been waiting for all these years. The ticket to everything we've dreamed of. We'll tell the other members at the ritual tomorrow since I'm already bringing potato salad. May need to ask Jay to help me move him. Luckily, no one will ever find him. It'll be a cold day in hell when Ed actually opens the broom cupboard. 5th entry. Dear Diary, what a day! I'm so excited. After longing for it so long, I finally got to see the latest production of Swan Lake. Hooray! It was absolutely indescribable, like the other 20 versions I saw. I've already bought tickets to the next one. I've heard it might involve a goat. I also took advantage of dear Ed being out of the house with his friends and finally got my house guests moved to the cult HQ. Whew, one less chore around the house. Everyone was really excited about our visitor and agreed we should keep him at the mansion. Phew, he was heavy to carry though. Thank goodness Jay came along to help. We got him to the cult meeting and everyone had quite the lively interrogation. It was quite late when I got home, and dear sweet Ed must have already gone to bed, innocent as a lamb. But the silly sheep left the door unlocked. Oh dear. 6th entry.
This one's dated for today. She must have written it before I showed up.
Things I'm worried about. World hunger and poverty. The price of eggs. 3. Whether the other cult members will like the pie I baked for tonight's meeting. 4. Where the last 2 callers have gotten to. We have 3 of the 5, but the first one is still missing, and M ended up losing the 5th. How are we supposed to achieve our goals without them? 5. My poor sweet Ed. I wish I had the foggiest idea what's bothering him. Can't think of a single thing that could explain why he's suddenly so scared and defensive of me. 6. I'm massively overpaying Detective Wilde's talents.
Getting a bargain, more like it. But wait, M lost the 5th. Could that be Mantis? Do I have the 5th caller? That's everything. Call me a crazy cat, but I'm beginning to think this lady might be a cultist. But hang on. Today's schedule, tomorrow's meeting, all of these entries are dated, meaning I can tell when these cult meetings are happening. Looks like they happen every week like clockwork. Using my deductive skills, I can work out the next one will be tonight.
And also the fact that it was dated today, it's the pie for tonight.
Or I could have guessed that from the entry from today that mentioned tonight's meeting.
Yeah, that.
Sure, I guess.
Alright. It's a relief to have someone to tell about all this. What do you need? I read the journal. I finished reading your wife's diary. It's a lot longer than the books I usually read. Not even any pictures. I thought the writing was subpar. Never mind that, you idiot. What about the proof of her crimes? Did you see? Yeah, it is my professional experience opinion that your wife is totally a cultist. Yep. How much is my wife paying you for these amazing leaps of insight and intellect? Never mind that. The journal mentions some sort of meeting she goes to regularly. Do you know where that might be? No clue. Okay. Do you have any idea about this Jay character? Seems to be a culty friend of your wife. No idea. Do you actually know anything about your wife's personal life at all? Friends, pastimes, hobbies? No, why would I bother staying up to all that? She's just my wife after all. I'm beginning to think the two of you might just deserve each other. Alright, well, I've got to figure out how to crash a cult meeting. Now, you're out of your room. You might want to get somewhere safe. Don't have to tell me twice. This whole thing is definitely what I would call a bad scene. Huh, you've given me an idea. Never thought I'd say this, but I might actually have to go talk to the cops. Guess let's go to Betty's office?
So Mr. G's wife is involved with something sinister, and more, but that's not what's got me thinking.
I hit X too soon, no.
Two things are bugging me. One, I have a big itch on my back that I just can't reach.
The worst.
And two, Mr. G's a sheep. Which would be fine if Elma wasn't a sheep as well. That's too many sheeps in one case just to be a coincidence. Something's not adding up. And since I suck at basic math, I'm gonna go talk to Betty. She at least could count above 10, I think.
Well, well, look who's back. Still can't help you, you know. Doesn't mean you can help me, or you can't help me, or you can't not help me. Means I clearly have to pick a simpler code. One that your tiny brain can actually wrap around. Well, either way, I'm here for something you can help me with. Or can't help me with. Whatever. You've got records on everyone that's sitting in your file cabinets, right? I need to check up on someone relevant to the case. Sure, I suppose. You're just lucky my files are organized. What's their last name? Gautier. Elma Gautier. There's a sheep who may be related to the case. Elma Gautier? A female name? I'm amazed you met a woman who could tolerate you for more than 60 seconds. Hey, I've got plenty of female friends. Some of them even tolerate me for more than 90 seconds. Anyway, do you have a file on her? Let me check my drawers. Searching for files. And, ooh, boy, I sure do have a file on her. Got a list of crimes here down to my hoof. Like what? Stealing, kidnapping, murder? More like 20 cases of it's a femme fatale in an orange drama, so is clearly guilty of something or another. All that in the petty theft, fencing stolen goods, blackmail, solicitation, and taking candy from a baby? The witch! Yeah, she's got a diverse portfolio of skills, that's all. Does she have any relatives? Don't suppose she has any relatives, does she? Say, I don't know. Brother? It says unknown as Gautier. What does that mean as Gautier? Compared to what? A Yorkshire Terrier named Steve? I mean, you're not totally wrong? Wait, I'm not? I'm sorry, Steve! Well, the fast one, Mommy. I didn't even notice the wagging tail. Oh, I mean more that she's gone by another name before Gautier, according to this. Looks like the first thing we have on file for her is a petition for a legal name change? Gautier is what she changed it to? What? Why? Apparently, the legal reason she wrote on her form was, my original family name is bad. How bad? My only original family name was Gesundheit. Wait, Gesundheit? That's the same last name as the other sheep I've been talking to. They must be related or something. This is one of your all sheep look-alike things, Al. I swear to salt licks. No, I think I'm onto something. Look up. Gesundheit. Look up the Gesundheit. I didn't sneeze. Oh, yes, I know that's just the last name. We've already done that gag to death. Look up files for any male sheep with the name Gesundheit. Or I guess Gesundheit, 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 I think that's enough work off of, Al. Frankly, it's much more than you usually give me go off of. Searching for files. Ah, here we go. Mr. Gesundheit in the system for a parking violation. Was blocking a zebra crossing? Or zeros? Let's see, yeah, that's definitely him. Who? My client. Well, more like the husband of my client. Long story. What does this file say? Let's see. Works in an office. Occasional arrest for public drunkenness, but it doesn't have those in this town. Family connection. Says he's married to a wolf. Mrs. Gesundheit? Yeah, that would be my client. Or my suspect? It's a bit complicated. Any other family members? Well, it looks like his parents are deceased. Only living relative is a half-sister? Gesundheit. Gesundheit. Elma Gesundheit! I knew it! I knew they were connected somehow. Mr. G's half-sister, Gesundheit. It's Elma! Elma and Mr. G are siblings. Wait, you mean your stupid insistence that every animal knows every other animal of the same species actually paid off for once? What can I say? I'm a genius. It's probably being such a master detective. Okay, master detective. So what are the implications of these two being related? Well, obviously, I mean, clearly they, I don't know, actually. This is my surprise face. But you know who would know? One of the siblings in question. I need to go talk to them and find out what's up. I suppose that's fair. You're doing something that could be vaguely mistaken for detective work if you squint at it, which is more than the police department is doing. Hey, you helped tons. Or you didn't help, because you're not supposed to. You really totally unhelped. That's, you know what, whatever. I'll take the compliment. I'll see these two witnesses and see what they say. Who knows, it might even have something to do with this case as opposed to a weird serendipity. One last thing. Schrodinger? Hang on, before I go. There's one more name that's popped up. Mind looking up Schrodinger in your files? Hang on. I think I know that name. Let me check our records. Searching for files. Yeah, he's a physics professor at the local university, apparently. Talks a lot about things like, well, things my underpaid police hind doesn't understand. Entanglement, wave mechanics. And let me guess, he's been missing for the past, say, month or so? No, he's been out of town attending some big wig seminar about physics? A likely story. Probably just a cover for him being missing while he was actually trapped in the wolf's closet with a gag in his mouth. Interesting theory, but considering the newspapers have had pictures of him for weeks with headliners like local university professor at Mace's international community with lecture, it'd be pretty hard to explain. Which of course you would have known if you ever read the newspaper. Just glance over it for the classifieds and the comics. Those are the only important bits anyway. Still, not strange. Schrodinger has been out of town with an airtight alibi. Who's the guy in the closet claiming to be Schrodinger? It's me. Maybe ask him? That's gonna be a bit of a toughie. Maybe our secret siblings might be able to shed more light on the situation. Okay, just kinda... Peace? Oh. Oh, it's Mr. G. The barkeep. Okay. Mr. G? Oh, hey, I know this looks bad, but I can explain. What are you doing at the bar? I thought you were in hiding. You know, the whole locked in your room for a month thing? Yeah, and you know how hard it is to get good booze when you're locked in your bedroom. I figured now that it was safe to come out. And deserved a drink. Or 2. Or 10. I can't for lost time, huh? It has been a bad scene. I don't blame you for wanting a drink. It sure has been a bad scene lately. Yeah, it sure has been. Mind you, it's been a bad scene for a lot of different animals, hasn't it? Cats, Flamingos. Sheep? Yeah, sure has been bad. See, I knew you understood that because as soon as I talked about how much had been going on, you opened the door and talked to me. More specifically, as soon as you heard me talking about how I've been a bad scene for everyone. It was like my words alone made you realize that I talked to all these animals in a bad scene. Or maybe just one particular animal in the bad scene. Do I have to keep saying bad scene for you to... Enough, I get it. You made your point. Yes, I did recognize who you heard that from. Yeah, so yes, Elma's my half-sister. Same ram, different ewes. Not super close, but we have each other's backs when we're in trouble. Like, 1 month ago, when I reached out to her for help. How did she help you? So what happened? I assume she was the friend you mentioned who helped you before. Yeah, after I found the creature in the cleaning cupboard, I knew I needed to get him out of there and had to be someone I could trust completely. Called her and arranged to meet her here that night. Explained who I found, what he told me about my wife, everything. She agreed to take the guy back to her place and hide him where it was safe. But by the time you two got back to your place, the hostage was gone. Exactly. First, she accused me of setting up a stupid prank, but she saw the hole in my wife's diary. That's when she told me to barricade myself in my room. She'd take care of everything else and come get me when everything was safe. Which she didn't. Meaning she's either the world's worst sister or things weren't safe. Maybe even both. Did she know about this? Elma sure seemed to know something about these weird appearances and things. Did she already know what was up when you reached out? Nah, she'd never heard of any of this before. She didn't believe me at first, but with all the talk about collars and weird holes. Well, some animals have certain tastes. No, I mean the guy's collar and the big hole in the ceiling. Ugh, I hate tomcats. So she'd never heard of anything like this before and knew less than you did? Well, certainly started that way. I got the sense that she might have found out a little more later on, though. Be in touch since. So you saw her a month ago when you tried to help the kidnapped creature. What about after that? Well, I wasn't exactly being that social considering I was locked in my room the whole time. I mean, you could always have tried smoke signals or something? Nah, but I did manage to sneak out of the room once to call her while my wife was out. I was thinking she might be able to spring me free, but she was in a hurry. All she managed to ask was whether any more callers had turned up. She said they might be worth more than we thought. That certainly sounds familiar. I assume you hadn't, like I said, locked in my room. She said that for now, that might be the safest place for me. Apparently it was a bad scene out there. Bad scene? So it was a whole bad scene? A code between you and Elma that I could be trusted or something? No, nothing like that. That's just how Elma talks about her little side gigs, if you catch my drift. I'm physically incapable of catching drifts, but I can at least smile and nod as if I understand. And that's enough for me. I figure when you said that, you at least talked to Elma. She told you what was up. It was probably enough reason to come out and talk to you. So it proves she trusted me, so you could too. Trust is a strong word. Let's go with considered you vaguely useful enough to actually loop you in on some info. Hey, I'll take it. Anything else? Is there anything else you can think of about her involvement with the case? Anything she told you before or after? Anything you told her? Mostly just to keep myself safe. She could keep the collar safe in turn. Wait a minute. Back up. A little further. Just to the left there. She's got the closet guy's collar. Yeah, he was adamant that it was important and needed to be kept safe, so I brought it with me when I went to ask for her help. After he vanished, I gave it to her for safekeeping. Didn't want my wife to find it, after all. Well, I've got good news and bad news. Good news is your wife probably won't find it. Bad news is it's because I'm pretty sure Elma sold it to some lowlifes. Actually, asked about that when she called and mentioned the collars were worth money. Asked if she'd already sold the one she had. But she said she won enough dough so we could both skip town together in style. Apparently whoever was buying these collars would pay way more if she could offer a full set of them. So you're saying she still has that first collar? Oh boy. It's all coming together in my head. In a pretty jumbled mess I can't make head or tail of. I think I'm gonna have to talk to your sister. Do you know where she is? I mean, she's not here at the bar. She'd be at her apartment this time of day. Can you give me the address? Oh yeah, never managed to charm her into inviting me back to her place. How utterly unsurprising. Still, if she humored you enough to fill you in on her little collar con, I suppose I can humor you with her address. Go tell her I'm out, will ya? Alright. A lot of stuff on there. Elma!
I should have known. Should have known the minute that dame started looking sheepish. Well, I mean, she always looks sheepish. She's a sheep, but she's wrapped up in this case tighter than my belt after Christmas dinner, which would be pretty tight if I wore a belt. I think it's time she gave me some real answers. Ideally spelled out in small words, with a helpful diagram. Maybe with puppets. I do love puppets.
Alright, before I talk with Elma, I'm gonna hope that was a checkpoint. And say thank you for watching. The couple videos, I guess. I'm just bulk doing this, I guess. Something. If you enjoyed the videos, consider tossing a like, comment, subscribe, maybe click the bell for notifications. Also be sure to check out the description below. Various links, social media, Discord, come hang out. Get notifications there as well. And until next time, this is rinimt signing out. Bye!